Here's our directions for checkpoint 5. Most of this checkpoint is just transferring the information from your lab handout onto the checkpoint, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Number 1 says, tell me the independent and dependent variables in this table here. Well, you're just going to copy that from your lab handout. Same with number 2 here. The scientific question, we did that before we did the labs. You're going to copy that down. Same with this box, the hypothesis box. We already wrote that out before the labs. You'll copy that from the lab handout. The procedures box, we did that as a group, so this should also be on your lab handout, so you'll be able to copy that in here as well. The data table from the lab handout, you'll copy here. And the first new thing you're going to have to do that's not just copying from your lab handout is the graph. Notice it tells you the force goes on the x-axis and the acceleration goes on the y-axis. And then once you've graphed, there are 3 post-lab questions. What is Newton's second law? According to this law, what should happen to the acceleration of an object if a force is increased on it? Both of those can be found on Objective 4 of Power Focus Area 7, the note guide or the slideshow, or in these readings here. And the last question, how does your graph support what Newton's second law predicted about increasing force? In other words, in here, if you say the more force there is, the more acceleration there is, then down here, you're going to say, my graph increased as the force increased, my acceleration increased, just like Newton's law says it should. Or if the opposite of that was true, you would say Newton's second law says as force increases, acceleration decreases, and that's why my graph went down. Simple as that. If you forgot how to graph, we'll show you here. If you remember how to graph on Desmos, you can quit watching the video now. So we'll click on our link to get to Desmos. Remember, in this corner, we're going to hit plus and table, and then we are going to fill in our data from the checkpoint here. Remember, x-axis was our force of pumps, our acceleration, which I'm just going to make up, so please don't copy these. I'm just going to go up by 10. I don't even know if it goes up or down, so don't use my data. It's just so you can see how it looks. Your data will probably be a higher number than 80, but again, I don't see anything. So I'm going to click on this little wrench over here for graph settings. I'm going to change this to -1. 10 is fine on the x-axis. For the y, we're going to go -1, probably to really high on yours. Let's go maybe 220. And again, we're here, so we might as well put our labels. For x-axis, we said it was force, and that was, in this lab, number of pumps. And our y-axis was acceleration. This time it was meters per second per second. So you can copy that and that. And then our graph is looking good, except it's not connecting the dots. So I'm going to click on this gear to hit Edit List. Click on my green dot, drag on the line button, and now it's connected and I'm ready to download it and put it in my Summit. So I'm going to hit the Share Graph button next to the Sign Up button or where your name may be, the little box with the right arrow. Export image. Download PNG. If it offers to save, go ahead. If it doesn't, that's fine. Either way, it'll appear down here in the bottom left. I go to my checkpoint. Click, hold, and drag my downloaded graph right where I need it. That's all there is for checkpoint